warfare is about bombs and drones and battlefields, but today war can start with tweets, with trends or toolkits, and Python is everywhere. It is in recommender systems, in sentiment analysis, in botnets. It structures what people see, believe, and sometimes what they fight for. So here's a question. Is your code just code or part of a new battlefield? So, disclaimer. First one, I'm not a developer, I can't code. You might say, oh, Luís, but you have been in all PyCon Portugal and 3 Django cons. Yeah, I know. I thought that by now I would learn something by osmosis, but no, but it's not you, it's me, so it's my problem. So, second disclaimer, I'm not preaching, just a simple heads up. Why? Because one of my other hats, I'm a researcher in cognitive warfare. I work with the Portuguese Army, finishing a research, and I thought that it might be interesting just to bring about some bullet points. So let's start. We live in the information age, but more accurately, the cognitive battlefield. This information is not just about false content. It's about distribution, velocity, credibility, and precision targeting. So what enables that? Data pipelines, bots, dashboards, automated content farms, and yes, Python scripts. As developers, you like clean code and elegant solutions, but have you ever asked yourselves, what will this tool do in the wrong hands? So here are 4 real ways my colleagues and I found in which Python has been weaponized. I'm not going through each one individually, but all of them are very well known. And let me be clear, I'm not blaming Python or even you good folks, but we need to admit, your tools shape reality, not just what people see, but what they trust and believe. Every developer should ask, can these be abused or influenced? Am I building tools that reward engagement or truth? Could I add friction instead of acceleration? Can I build for resilience, not just efficiency? Now, I know you can't control all use cases, but you can design with awareness, not innocence. For instance, those excellent use cases that Cristián was showing us, the last slides, I can't stop imagining how can we weaponize those things, you know? This is a photo of a slide of Pablo. Pablo gave me permission, thank you so much, just to illustrate some of the things I was trying to underscore. So here's my ask. Next time you write a script, a model, or a dashboard, ask not only what it does, but also what kind of truth it might shape, because this is my core message. Whether we like it or not, someone, somewhere, is weaponizing information. So please make sure it's not you, unintentionally, okay? So peace out.
Okay, I have 5 minutes. Disclaimer. Please don't judge my English. Don't judge my English. It's my first time to speak to big audience in English. It's not my English. Okay. I'm Shalom André. Shalom means peace. I'm from Africa. Today I talk about Africa. I'm a student ambassador at Microsoft. I am Microsoft certified trader. You can see some certification who I have, MCT, Gold Ambassador, Azure Data Engineer, about cloud computing, Azure, security, AI, Power Platform, and data is, my world is data. You can connect me with LinkedIn. I write some article in Medium, and I share knowledge in my channel in YouTube. Who knows Africa here? North Africa. Okay. Today I can talk about Africa, what the media doesn't show, and how today you can support Africa. When you tap Africa in Google image or Bing image, what do you see? You see skin children, you see savannah, you see poor people. We see what is when you type in Africa in Google image. But today, if I can told you, in Africa we have young people who are learning Python. Python for programming, Python for robotics, Python for hacking, Python for statistics. But we have a difficult problem is with shared computer and weak internet. You can see in the image, we have 2 persons in one computer. We have 2 persons in one computer. This is a problem of Africa we have. But we have a big dream. That is, the media show what is missing in Africa. But we chose to show what is growing in Africa, even in dry soil. You can see the image and they give what is really missing in Africa? It's not talent, it's a support. It's not like intelligence or motivation. It's lack of access, mentorship, and visibility. Sometimes Africans need someone to say, I have got back your back. It's just, you need. So exercise, turn around of you, in your left, in your right, behind you, before you. You can try it. Just this moment. Can try, turn around you, in your left, in your right, and tell me how many Shalom, how many Africans are replicating in this room? How many? How many? What? This is the question. Can anyone give us support? I answer with, for African, yes. You don't need organization. Individually, you can support Africa and make a difference. The first is join an African Python community. We have Python in Togo, Python in South Africa, Python in Nigeria. We have Python in Uganda. We have Python in Togo. We have one Python that's renowned all Africa, Python or PyCon Africa. The second, you can donate a course for us. You can offer your 30 minutes per month to mentorship 1 or 2 Africans. This is great. Invite someone to an event. I'd like to thank PyCon Portugal for the opportunity to be here. Is one who can give us some support or simply listening with respect. One African need justice. For today, don't talk about Africa. Today, talk with Africa. Thank you.
Hi, maybe you remember me. I usually give cute talks at conferences. No, but now I have to talk a different thing, the PSF, and why I believe that it needs you. Who knows what PSF stands for? Okay, good. Oh, more hands. I will need to have more. So it stands for Python Software Foundation. The mission of the Python Software Foundation is to promote, protect, and advance the Python programming language, and to support and facilitate the growth of a diverse international community of Python programmers. Okay, it's not a big one, but at least you get the feeling of what this institution exists. If you want to know more details, there are many components for the PSF. First of all, it's a US-based nonprofit organization. There's a board of directors, there is a steering council, and there are even employee staff. The key activities, at least, that we do at the PSF, the PSF board, it's related to the infrastructure, intellectual property management, community support. So events like this, sometimes the PSF support them with some level of sponsorship. Maybe you have seen people using the Python logo in a weird way, or Recently, I remember that it was a school that was using the Python logo as the shield of the school. Those things are, this organization is trying to protect Python from all the misuse. So about the board, I really want to put some faces because nobody sometimes knows like, oh, who is in the Python Software Foundation board? So maybe you recognize a few of those faces, maybe the one here, they're like, hi, I'm one of those. But this year, the most important message of this is that these people are finishing their 3-year periods and we want to have more people to run for the board. So I don't want, how much time do I have? Okay, good. So what do we do usually is like we push for governance, mission support, and advocacy of the Python ecosystem and the community worldwide. Our friend before was mentioning PyCon Africa, for example. They have a lot of discussion of this entity. Sometimes grants go to conference organizing in Africa, in Asia, South America, whatever. So we are kind of like the key points about the Python ecosystem. There is something that is very confusing for people. That's why there is this slide that was created by Georgie and a fellow board member. The PSF board is responsible for protecting and supporting the Python language and community, but does not manage the Python language itself. For that, we have the steering council, which is 5 people that you can see there. Maybe also you recognize another face that are in charge of that thing. So different things. If you can, maybe more a diagram person, you can kind of understand like this. So the PSA will have some staff, the board, and some extra members, while the improvement of the language are kind of in charge of the steering council, core developers, and the developers in residence. The PSF staff, also not many people know them, there are a few people that are being paid to work in the Python Software Foundation for taking care of many things, infrastructure, security, maybe you're using PyPI, which is installing your packages, and other repos, and they need an accountant, and so on and so forth. So there are many working groups as well. I will not enter the details, but anyone can join the working groups of the PSF. And the community of support in perspective, I think at PyCon US is the largest conference in the world. This was some data from 2 years ago, last year. If you haven't gone there, please maybe at some point try it. There are grants and everything. I will skip this and I will go right to this. You can be a PSF member. And I will not ask you like, yeah, just for $9.99 every month. No, you can be a PSF member. If you have the ways of paying money for it, you can be a paid member. You can self-certify. Who here spent more than 5 hours per month contributing to project, communities, conference, event? A few hands. I really hope that all of you are, you can be a self-certified member. And if you have your phones out, whatever, you can go there and become a PSF member. And the good thing is that give you voting rights. Because the elections are coming, as I tell you. This is the most important slide of the whole presentation, because it's 5 minutes, not much. They're open in a couple of days. So if someone you believe that in your communities are a strong candidate to join the board of directors of the Python Software Foundation, maybe they could do it. So yeah, I hope that you can help the Python community go better. Thank you very much.
Okay, so this is a kind of a bit like hacking challenge inspired by a magazine called Paged Out. And I like this because it combines Python and something about Unix, sorry, more like Linux internals. So we are given code, so solve me function that calls solution, then deletes result, and if the result is true, it prints solved. So the goal is to get it to print solved. So how can you do it? And I really like the solution because it combines this Linux knowledge. So this is the solution. It's quite easy, right? So let's break it down. So first format it, but yeah, still not much. So let's break it down. So what it does, it reads a process file system and it finds something called self. So it's the alias for the PID of the current process. So there's somebody of Python, there are Python people inside the kernel because they called it self, not this or whatever in other languages. So it looks at this maps file and then it reads lines from it. And then it kind of splits the first field on the minus and then it looks for W in the second field. So how does this file looks like? It's like this. So these are address ranges in hex. So it basically gets the addresses and specifically where it has the write permission. Then once it does that, so it converts these hexadecimal addresses into integers. And then it also opens process self/mem. So it's the, and then it tries to read from the memory from these offsets that were retrieved from the hexadecimals. And how this memory file looks, it actually represents the whole 64-bit address space. And if you just try to read it, it doesn't work. But the data is available there at very specific offsets for very specific length. So that's why we were reading maps to retrieve those address ranges where the /mem contains some information. So once it does that, it looks for code of the solve me function. So in the older Python versions, it used to be CL code. I think since 3.11, it's CL code adaptive. So we are looking for CL code adaptive in the byte chunks we just read. When we find it, so we write some hexadecimal like 9s, 4 bytes to it. So what does it mean if we look back at the function and we disassemble that, and the offset 18 and the 4 bytes are actually the if statement. We could also choose just another offset and just 2 bytes, but I stuck with the original solution that does that. So and basically it puts these 9s there, which translate to nope, so operation that does nothing. And so the resulting code is something like this, nope, 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 and therefore it prints the solved. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tiago. I think you didn't see me yesterday because today I'm the regional representative for NGI 0. How many of you know about this new generation Europe internet? Nobody? Okay, so you are going to like what I'm here to talk about because I'm talking about money. So the European Commission has this initiative that gives some grants to open source and free projects to kind of build the foundations of the internet. So there are lots of grants and there are many initiatives inside this NGI thing. Sorry, because I don't know this by heart. Sorry. So there are lots of areas where NGI is giving grants. I'm here to tell you there is funding. You can apply if you have some interesting project that you think it will help everybody. It will help the internet to be more free for everybody. There are some initiatives that are currently open to give some money, and you can see some here. And yeah, I'm going to continue. So specific about NGI 0, there are some grants still open that have a lot of money to give, or some money for some. But yeah, it's through until 2027 this program. Hopefully it will be extended forever. But there are already many projects that were funded by NGI. One of those is Free Talks. It's being used in this conference for organizing all the schedule. That one was developed with this money, or helped with. And yeah, if you have any project, if you know anybody that can help build a better internet ecosystem for everybody, yeah, just try and go to the NGI page and check what is currently open. Try and get funded for your end. Thank you.
All right. So you can say, this guy has talked about black holes and then some weird profiler thing, like what is going to be now? All right. Sorry. I'm here to talk about Tensors are not multidimensional arrays. So what is going on? Who does machine learning here? All right. Who has heard the word tensor before? Right. All right. So it sounds weird, right? So everybody is scared of tensors. Even physicists and mathematicians are scared of tensors. But then you have all these talks telling people, don't worry, tensors are just multidimensional arrays. And then you feel safe, like, okay, like list of lists, okay. But I'm here to tell you that, no, that's a lie. So you should be back to feeling afraid. Okay, so example, so this is a NumPy array, right? And people will even call the variable tensor. They'll say, oh, this is a tensor, nice, cool. No, this is not a tensor. This is a multidimensional array, but this is not a tensor. So what is a tensor? This is propaganda, bad. Propaganda of the machine learning people. We mathematicians and physicists were calling this before, like it used to be this nice culture when you spend 8 years of your life suffering just to know what a tensor is, and now all these people are just saying that, you know, it's just multidimensional arrays. No, suffer like everyone else. All right. So what is a tensor? The key is that people will tell you, oh, tensors is just data. No, tensors are functions. This is a tensor. A tensor is a function, not data. That's the difference. And why is that? Well, imagine that you have this beautiful vector. Now is when you all like, oh, this is math. No, like run away. Okay, just 3 lines, okay? Can I show 3 lines without you? Okay. But like this is the beauty, right? Because like the vector is the arrow. But then you go and say, well, but how we can assign like a bunch of numbers to the arrow so we can like plot it? So you use these white lines and then you count how many, you know, like thingies. It's very easy. A child can do it, right? So now it's 2, 1. But the important thing is that these numbers are not the actual arrow. The arrow is the arrow. The numbers is just a way that we have to refer to the arrow. Why I say this? Because imagine that now you decide to rotate the arrow, like this, right? So now you have a second arrow. You may think that you need a PhD, but like 2 arrows is not super crazy. So now you have this nice operation. You rotate the arrow, right? That's the operation. That is the tensor. And why it's important? Why numbers are not enough? Because you can decide to, instead of using these 2 white axes, you can describe it this way. You see, the arrows are the same, but the numbers change. So the numbers are not good. That's why multidimensional arrays are bad. But the operation rotate is the same even if I describe it with these numbers or these numbers, these numbers or these numbers. So if someone gives you a matrix, like the numbers, and they call this a tensor, mistake. Because, you know, the arrows don't change, but this change, right? So tensors are not multidimensional arrays. They are big linear functions. And if you're scared about saying linear functions, you can say they're functions. And that's enough. Thank you very much.
Yes, do you have the banana suit, Pablo? No? Ridiculous. Sorry, folks. Yeah, we just wanted to tell you that Tiago, Anže, and I, Rodrigo, are going to create a Python Lisbon meetup because it's without time, right? And we don't have a lot to tell you. We really just have a QR code, because why wouldn't you? It's gonna take you to a Discord server where we will figure stuff out. Like literally, there's nothing happening there yet. We just want to know if there's any interest, and there is interest. There's at least the 3 of us, exactly. So we're gonna do it. If you want to join, join. If you want to join, you are more than welcome. If you don't want to join, then it's your loss. And we'll start, what, in September maybe?
We have already started, we have a logo, we have a QR code, 3 people with intention, so it's running already.
It is inevitable.
Join us.
Inevitable.
It's inevitable, yeah, it's gonna happen. It's like a tensor. That's it.
And with that, thank you.
There we go. Hi guys. My name is Zoran. I'm not a developer. I've tried many times to learn and I've always failed. I don't have the patience, so compared to you guys, I'm the rabbit, you are the hares, you're slow, methodious, you're gonna reach the finish line, I'm gonna fall asleep. So vibe coding is, I think I'm the perfect guy to talk about it because I want to be a software developer, I just find it very difficult to be one. To go through the journey to become one. And I just wanted to go through a little bit of what is happening to me when I try to vibe code as a noob. So I come up with ideas on how to fix my life. So right now, After 4 years in some stupid executive position, I started doing journalism again for like a tech publication. And one of the main the things that irritates me a lot is how much time I need to just browse through thousands of websites in order to find what some companies somewhere published, and it takes so much time. So I thought like, okay, I'm gonna fix this problem of mine with AI solutions, with code. It's a reasonable problem to try to solve. So the first idea that came to mind is this thing called RSS feeds. And I was like, okay, yeah, it should be simple. It's gonna be RSS feeds. I'm just gonna go find a way to discover the feeds. Every website has one, right? Wrong. Only about 20% of websites today have RSS feeds, and some of them have RSS feeds that are not maintained as well. So then I'm thinking, okay, so the requirements have gone up. Now I need to find a way to generate RSS feeds for websites that don't have one, then plug them in my RSS reader, which using VS Code, Copilot, and Gemini, and Klein. I don't have the logo here. I've created this like RSS aggregator thing that worked successfully to pull articles from a feed. It wasn't the best one. There are open source solutions that I later discovered that I could have used, and I later tried to use them, again, unsuccessfully, because I had to learn that web scraping is difficult and expensive. And it's difficult to get it working, and when you get it working, it's difficult to get it working for each individual website because every website is different. Unlike RSS feeds, which are elegantly very similar and easy to use. But you know, syndication is not really a topic many websites like to explore for whatever reason. And fundamentally, what I faced was this big wall, which led to my disappointment and motivation just flattened out. At this point, I spent 6 days trying to fix this. So instead of just doing it manually, trying to save like maybe like an hour a day discovering news, I spent, I don't know, more than 100 hours trying to fix this 1 hour a day problem. And you can, I mean, at this point I've lost like maybe $500, $600, $700. I don't know how much I would have done, but it's kind of worth it because I learned a lot of different things that I wouldn't have otherwise known and that I couldn't have otherwise known. And the next day I found, you know, a great solution is just to lower the requirements. So instead of trying to create RSS feeds or scrape all of the data and organize it neatly so I can generate RSS feeds from them, I created a simple script that I put a bunch of links into, and I click a button and they all open so I can quickly close them at a glance. It's not the solution I want, and it's not the solution that's gonna stay. I'm gonna try to do what I set out to do, but it's a good provisional step along the way. So thanks so much for your time. That's how I vibe code. I guess, I don't know, is that vibe coding? Yeah, that's how I vibe code. Thanks so much. Yeah, so I have 8 more seconds. So I just want to say, guys, learning to code is extremely difficult, and by this point you've forgotten the investment of time and energy you've made. So remember that. And I don't know, help others go through the same journey easier.